to give Signed a lot of room to work with, whether it be here on the Tracer. I was actually going to say on Widowmaker, but that was more so in the case that Order was attacking. He's going to be on defense here. It's going to be the Tracer and the Sombra. The Wrecking Ball from Gob.
Very, very big Wrecking Ball. Want to see how this one plays out. Don't forget, guys and girls, the winner of this match going through to the Melbourne Esports Open. You can grab your tickets through Ticket Tech. I think they're $35 for a day pass or something, Jordan, which locks you in. You'll be able to watch Contenders finals live on stage. It's going to be pretty exciting. Right now, it looks to me like it's Order going through.
Would have to agree with you on that count, Ben. Taki on Sombra. Is he going to stay? Well, he's in spawn right now, swapping off onto Widowmaker. So the answer very quickly is going to be no. But it is once again that triple DPS setup that we've seen time and time again from Masterminds. What's USMC doing though? That's my question. Not going to be Sombra. I've been waiting to see it. But
changing it up, boys.
Goat's composition for Masterminds. So they roll out of the gates with an idea and then they kind of swap back to another thing. And now they've swapped again.
And Order is just chilling here, checking their watches.
Yeah, waiting that timer down. But here comes Masterminds.
Going to roll around to the right-hand side to kick things off behind that Reinhardt shield. So far, so good here for Masterminds. Everyone's still alive. That's the start you want. Now it's more about getting onto the point, and they're going to look to be doing that successfully. But straight away, Gob going to come through here with the Wrecking Ball. Swings through, doesn't find any picks. Waiting potentially as well. Throw out that pile driver. We saw how successful it was when used yesterday. I wonder if today is going to be the same. Here we go, pile driver to kick things off. Not doing too much, but Taki, the first one going down. That is an attacking player who was out. So now Order with the advantage.
That's what you want to be seeing if you're on the defensive side. You can't afford to be trading 1-for-1, but these are unanswered picks right now going in the favor of Order. Now that Masterminds have lost a couple of players, we're not going to be seeing anybody on the side of Order go down, and they've also built up a lot of ultimate charge. Gob there with the minefield. It's definitely going to be a difficult one to deal with as a GOAT's composition in particular for Masterminds when they want to be running into Order and trying to take a brawl in close range. That's kind of exactly what the minefield negates. It's space denial, and Masterminds can't really do anything to deal with it.
Yeah, it's literally the zoning ult. That's essentially, we hear a lot of it, but this one actually applies. USMC almost ready to go here as well with the Graviton Surge. Let's see how that teams up with everything else they've got. Unfortunately, they don't have that much to combo with it, and we saw the minefield into pile driver was the preferred combo yesterday, working again today. The team here for Mastermind's going to get stuck back in to the building as the self-destruct goes off. And that is how you do it, Elfishguy. You drive them into the room, you throw out a self-destruct, you find all of the kills. Masterminds now going to find themselves running out of time. 1:20 on the clock. They've really only had, like, what, 2 fights here?
Yep.
Considering that they wasted or did not use the first 50 seconds or so trying to come up with what team comp they wanted to use.
That's one of those self-destructs that you just know is going to be a big one when you throw it out. But Masterminds haven't invested anything here, so they've still got a lot of ultimates to play with. EMP will shut this fight down well enough. It's going to be another wipe here for Masterminds, but they just have to make sure that they don't invest anything here. They still have time for one more fight, so this is not the worst thing to happen in the world.
Yep, time to die graciously and as quickly as possible. And at least, Jordan, you can see that there is a full house of ultimates available for Masterminds. This one last push.
That same thing I was talking about on King's Row, where you build a few fights up to that final fight where you really put everything into it. That's exactly what Masterminds have got, and they didn't manage to actually do anything with that fight on King's Row. Let's see if they can do it here on Volskaya.
I have faith, Jordan. We are going to the second point, I hope. And look at this. So much HP on the side of both teams right now. Coalescence going to come out from Masterminds as well. USMC throws out the Graviton Surge before he's picked up. Self-destruct comes through from Adam and finds both KS1 and Swilko. It feels like we just saw a self-destruct and now it's gone already.
Yeah, it's just not clean enough here from Masterminds. Sure, they might still get this point, but it's really not good signs heading into point B at all. Sign is still alive.
They might get the point.
Well, they should at this point. August 9th is going to be doing too much, I think. But
Gob's
the
on the point here.
trickle coming in from Order, and not just Gob, but also Frogger and Atar. Earthshatter was not used in the last fight, so it can be used here, and that is perhaps going to be the final blow for Order trying to defend this, and it will be. Gob is going to go rolling off the edge. But for Masterminds to struggle that much up against only 2 ultimates out from Order when they had a full 6.
Yes.
It's going to be a very tough time for Masterminds now pushing into point B. Especially because they don't have that momentum that they can use to roll in quickly. When you're doing that Ghost composition, you just want to be able to charge straight on the point, you know, with Rally or something like that. But it's taken a long time for them to get here in order of set themselves up quite nicely. But Rally is available.
Going to be used top there by August 9th. USMC going to get forced back. Translocates out of trouble. Aita lurking behind everyone, ready to go with a big EMP, Jordan. Yeah, Masterminds have got the high ground, but they're not going to have any abilities that are usable in a second. EMP comes out as soon as they jump down onto the point. No need to use it before then. And even though they lost a couple of players, it's looking still not half bad here for Order on the back of Aita's EMP. USMC does find Adam. They're trying to get onto the point. But of course, the defensive advantage is so strong with these spawns. You think this is going to go in the favor of Order 4 now. Gob on the point, still low. Not really getting the heals that he needs necessarily, particularly the heals aren't necessarily where they need to be for him as they do spawn back into the battle. But eventually, Order will win that fight. Unfortunately for Masterminds, they're not going to be able to find that 1/3 tick that counts towards the total.
Yeah, it was not a bad start really for Masterminds into the fight as they find the opening picks, but Order just had the EMP, they had the minefield, they had a lot to defend with, and Masterminds weren't able to cleanly enough wipe a couple of players there, which did in turn not allow them to cleanly wipe the rest and even get any ticks on the board. So Masterminds haven't really changed things up too much. USMC is still going to be on Sombra, really waiting for him to get that EMP because I think that's going to be the opening that Masterminds might be able to use to win this map.
Pile driver comes through and you can hear the sound barrier coming out in the background as well. Big shields across the board. And Order going to be the players going down first. So this is not half bad in combination with USMC with that EMP and the Coalescence. Maybe this is a battle the Masterminds might win. There's 1 tick heading up towards 50%, looking for 2 right now. Yeah, the Wrecking Ball's doing something, but he's not on the point. You can see they've got a May out. That can be a bit of a pain to deal with. The hack coming through as well from Order. Atar with the giant EMP, and Adam finds a couple of big kills as well. Maybe Order stopped this in its tracks, but Masterminds got 80% of the way there.
It was a pretty good Earth Shatter out from KS1, perhaps enough here as Order are going to be pulling away from the point just a little bit. Gob doing his best to survive. Actually pulls quite a few of those Masterminds players off the point, which will give Order a little bit of space to play with. That's actually really nice for Order. Coalescence now coming out from Unta. Sign still on that May, getting not so close, I suppose, to the ultimate, but definitely is going to be a thorn in the side of Masterminds.
So, if Masterminds drop back here, they're going to have probably 1 push remaining, particularly when the spawn's so far away. They're going to have an EMP, they're going to have a self-destruct, they're going to have a sound barrier. Is that going to be enough? You've got the Wrecking Ball in coming through and Frogger there as well. Look, this is definitely a fight that Masterminds can win. They just need to play it right.
Gob could just shut this one down with a big pile driver combo. Hasn't decided to throw out the minefield there. Waiting for Masterminds to fully commit. He wants to split the Reinhardt from the rest of the roster. And that's what he's looking for right now. USMC will get a big EMP off here, though.
Everyone was spread out, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. Nas coming through with a huge self-destruct. Unto down, Signed is down. No more May to deal with, so that is very useful for this attacking team. Sound Barrier going to come out to Frogger. Now we can use his abilities, but KS1 finds Adam. Oh. Big Earth Shatter as well. Frogger looking low. See you later. Let's see what kind of trickle Order can put on here. 11 seconds on the clock. Masterminds would love to find this before overtime ticks through.
I thought maybe Sign getting on there is going to be enough for Order, but it does seem like Masterminds are going to hold strong here as they deal with the trickle quite effectively. Everybody's falling as they get onto the point for Order, so it's just a matter of time, but overtime at least has been secured for Order. So if they can do this faster than in overtime, they still have a very, very good chance at winning this map. Not that they don't anyway. It was certainly a struggle for Masterminds, but they get the job done in the end. Which is certainly better than what they were able to achieve on King's Row.
Yeah, look, the thing for me here, and I guess maybe the worrying thing, it's the catch-22. Like, I love that Masterminds are playing in a way where they're stacking their ultimates, finding themselves that advantage, even if, say, they feel like head-to-head, they can't win the battles. But when they have those ultimates on their side, it puts them in that advantageous position. They can, use it on point 1, they can use it on point 2. Unfortunately, when it comes to defending, time is not on your side in that regard. And if you lose the first fight, you've lost point A. If you lose the second fight, you've lost point B. So you can't rely on taking the fights that you want to fight when you're defending. So it works on attack, not as great on defense, unfortunately.
Order. Let's see what they go for here. Adam, is he going to stay on Roadhog? Probably not. I think we're going to see the Diva come out there. Masterminds with the dive composition as well on the defensive side. Taki with Sombra. So no Widowmaker, which was kind of what I thought we would see signed on here, at least on the first point. Perhaps an option should Order struggle to push on through. Maybe they are still going to swap. Potentially the same as what Masterminds did. Roll out with one roster and this side, oh, no, that's not what we want to do.
Yeah. Look at this Taki, invisible, permanent stealth now for Sombra.
I wonder if you just pre-fire that corner if you're Order. You'd be a bit miffed if you were Taki in that case.
Yeah, that would be a little bit frustrating.
Gob might just run out here with the Tesla cannon going. No, he won't.
All right, well, let's see what Taki can do. Certainly got to watch out here with the Sombra. You don't want to get picked off too early. That is for sure, because that then puts you one down. Look, Order doing essentially what Masterminds did, but doing it maybe a little bit quicker and doing it without a Reinhardt as well. So let's see what these two dive tanks can do, trying to get onto the point. Now that it's their turn to attack. Looks like they're going to try and execute onto the point right now.
Oh,
at least to start with Sign, and well, yes, the traits are far less effective when you have been hacked, and Sign going to go down very quickly, but 2 picks going now across to Order, including Chaos One there on the Winston, so that's pretty big. This fight going in the favor of Order already. It looks to me, John, like they might be picking up point A very, very quickly. Very quickly
indeed. Quite good work from both Hunter and Frogger to actually survive there. They were both getting quite low, but in the end, managed to keep themselves alive, and Order just sort of steamroll over that point. It looked a little dangerous for a moment with Sign getting hacked up, and when you're on a Tracer with no blinks and no recall,
yeah,
you're pretty much a sitting duck. Very low HP, but it didn't cause too much of a problem for Order as they traded it effectively 2 for 1.
No more Sombra on defense. Going to see ourselves a Brigitte instead.
A lot of charge.
Lurking with the pulse bomb. Going to have to just rewind for a little bit, see how we go. Hunter does have a coalescence self-destruct you can hear coming through as well. Swilko the first one down, that's the Gob.
EMP available right now for AVRL as well, and he's going to throw that one out straight away.
Oh no, this could be it, Jordan. This is a real dangerous situation right now for Masterminds. Yeah, they've got the spawn advantage, but the battle advantage very much in Order's favor right here. Taki down, KS1 down. Maybe this self-destruct saves the day. Unfortunately, not the case. USMC picked up. Looking for that first third, very close to getting it. There we go. Now pushing towards 50%. It's still the battle going in the favor of Order. This coalescence trying to see whether it will make a difference, but Adam finds Noz. Diva on to Diva, and Diva wins. No surprises there. Pulse bomb comes through. Taki looking low. Brigitte stays alive for now, but does get cleaned up. Everclose is still stuck on that 1/3. Is this something that Masterminds can bring back? Potentially, yes.
Yeah, definitely is going to be holdable right now for Masterminds. His Order have been pushed back. Just a little bit too many ultimates there for Order to deal with. We had the self-destruct, obviously, big space creator for Masterminds. Then the sound barrier comes out. That keeps people alive just a little bit too long, and that also buys more time for the trickle to come in from Masterminds. This time, however, they're not going to have all of those utilities. They do have a rally, which is going to help them potentially win the fight initially, but AVRL's charging this EMP up so quickly indeed. If he just fires off into the back of KS1, that's going to be another 5% on the board for him as well. So it's going to be a battle of who can get those ults up first, and it's certainly at the moment looking like it is going to be AVRL with the EMP.
Look, KS1's going to go down straight away as well to the Primal Rage coming out from Gob, underpicked up, so that's a decent pick coming out here for Masterminds. If they can find just one more, and that's going to be Adam going down, that's a great start for them. In this situation, you'd think Order just drops back for the moment. 4 minutes 40 on the clock. Still so much time here for Order to work with, but it impresses me to see the Masterminds are holding strong for now, and they're starting to get perhaps a little bit of an advantage here with their ultimates.
Well, I would still say it's favoring Order at the moment just because of the power that the EMP can provide here for Order. if Side is able to find a pick, you can bet your bottom dollar that Order are going to be charging in straight off the back of that one. Masterminds don't really have a great defensive ultimate. I mean, Coalescence is to an extent a defensive ultimate, but I don't know, it's not as big of a deal as a sound barrier is going to be across the board, and USMC has been dropped straight away. This is going to be the go signal for Order. EMP's out from ATAR. EMP
and Coalescence both being used. This could be enough right now for Order to get this across the line, but as I say that, they haven't been able to get the pick so far. Self-destruct coming out from Noz, won't find anyone. August 9th and USMC both going down. Adam about to get demeched, might throw out the self-destruct. I think he's been successful, not going to find any kills however, but the picks all going to Order right now. KS1 on the point, using that Primal Rage, doing what he can to try and keep them in this round. But it looks to me like Order should be able to clean this up, and will do so with about 3 minutes on the clock. Yeah, very good focus fire right now from Order. Every single person that comes onto that point, you can see them being taken down one by one. No one's shooting at a target that has a decent amount of HP when there's a low HP target left alive. Order very close to closing this one out now. KS1 does not have the Primal Rage. Taki with Rally will potentially be able to get onto this point just for a little bit more stall, but he's really not going to be able to get the Rally onto anybody else. August 9th might get a little touch of it, but another EMP comes out from ATAR, and it is just a matter of time before Order finally close out the map. And they have a big time bank, a much bigger one than Masterminds do. Obviously, Masterminds had 0 seconds left. They captured it in overtime, so it's going to be, best case scenario, a tie here for Masterminds. Yeah, 2 minutes 59 here for Order, and well, we saw how effective they were the first time around, Jordan. Look, the defensive half there coming out from Masterminds to defend that point on point B, pretty good. Unfortunately, if they can't do the same here on point A, it is game over, and Order will make their way through to the Melbourne Esports Open at Rod Laver Arena, going to secure themselves a spot in a semi-final. They were there last season. To be fair, Masterminds were there last season too. And unfortunately for both these teams, it means that one team that made it through to Season 1 finals will not be at the Season 2 finals. Yeah, but really, this Masterminds roster isn't the same. It's true. It's just the org. It's the org. That's it. And Taki, I suppose. But aside from that, Taki counts, mate. Okay. Every Taki matters. Yeah. But for Masterminds, it's definitely a far cry from where they were last season. Still some roster building to be done in that respect. But Order once again have the opportunity to attack here. All they need is that one tick. They're going to go straight onto the GOATS composition once again. It's been a favourite for Order this season. It has. And look, it's almost replaced Dive in a sense. No Sombra available here for Masterminds either. So let's see whether this setup with the Widow on Taki is going to be more effective. Hanzo available for them as well. But look, I have my concerns, Jordan, short of Taki finding an epic pick to kick things off. Well, you say that, but at the moment there's not really anyone that can actually deal with Taki, or I suppose USMC. It's going to be difficult for Order to get the high ground. Yeah, they really just want to force a fight on the point. They do. Well, they only need that 1/3, 33%. We'll see Order through to the semi-finals. Look at this, so many picks going Order's way right now. They've lost Hunter, they've lost Frogger. Those are considerable picks, and you can hear as well, USMC going to throw out the Dragon Strike. Incredible work to get it within about the first minute here, so very well done from him. I don't think it's going to be enough, however. They're on the point, they're behind that Reinhardt shield, and there is only so much a Widow can do in this kind of situation. There we go. Congratulations to Order, 3-0. They'll make their way through the Melbourne Esports Open, a semi-final. They have secured themselves a spot up against the winner of our next game, being Tainted Minds and Darksided. Looked like a fairly simple affair, really, for Order. Yeah. Across the board, I guess that one did kind of go to overtime, but with that much of a time bank really out for Order and absolutely nothing for Masterminds, it was not ever really going to be much of a chance. I think, actually, the closest map that we saw was Oasis, which gave us a little bit of hope as far as that matchup was concerned. I had a lot of hope, Jordan. I had a lot of hope about 50 minutes ago. It looked like Masterminds might be able to challenge this series, but been proven wrong by Order, and that's a very solid looking Order going into the playoffs as well, or into the finals now as well. So very good stuff, very interesting as well. Are we going to see the resurgence of this roster? I don't know if they're yet hitting their peak, but if they haven't hit their peak yet, that's really what's more exciting. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing for me, and I definitely think that a team like Order is capable of taking down a team like Darksiders should they go head-to-head with them within that semi-final. And if they can do that, then of course that locks themselves in a grand final slot up against Kanga or the Drop Bears. So that's another fight that I want to see. So no matter what, so far it seems to me that these semi-finals that we've got coming up are looking really good so far. Three, to be fair, probably definitely the three higher seeded teams.
Yep.
Most people could suggest the three teams that you thought were going to go through have gone through so far.
Well, that's what I said. Like, if the three higher seed teams win, that's going to put us in a really, really good place for the season finals. If maybe one of the underdogs might have caused an upset here, we could have ended up potentially with a fairly lackluster semi-final, or one of the semi-finals could have potentially been fairly lackluster, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Obviously, there's that one little caveat that Darksiders still haven't yet beaten Tainted Minds. We have to find out next.
Oh, man, that would be an epic surprise if Tainted Minds had leveled up from Trial Season 1 to Semi-Final Season 2. What a world that would be.
That would be a pretty crazy one, but they have leveled up quite a bit so far.
They have.
I don't think they're going to beat Darksiders, that's for sure, but look, if they did, it would be, it would be quite interesting to see. Still, though, Order, they'll be happy with that. Of course, they've achieved what they set out to do today, which was to make their way through to finals, but they really need to be looking onward from there. It's not a case for Order of, great, we've made finals, that's good enough for us. They are definitely looking to win this season, and this is a team that's looking for redemption and, I suppose, revenge as well for last season's finals. Yeah,
absolutely. Jordan, it's time for our Macca's Play of the Game. This is going to be a good one. A McDonald's Australia Play of the Game between Order and Masterminds. It's going to be Adam here with the Diva. We saw that the team was essentially forced into this room, Jordan, by the wrecking ball with the minefield and the pole driver, and Adam followed it up with really quite an epic self-destruct. It was, to be fair, once it gets in there, there's not much you can do.
No, definitely not a whole lot. As soon as he threw it out, I was thinking, oh, this one's going to be a bit dangerous here for Masterminds. And that's not the first time we've seen Adam put off or throw out a good self-destruct.
Yeah.
So he's definitely making a habit of that, and we'll continue to keep an eye on how many self-destructs he's going to be able to hit in the semi-finals.
I need a running tally of how many self-destruct kills he's got.
Well, I can remember the one from the final week of the season, if you remember on Watch Point
Gibraltar. Was it like 5?
Adam, huge self-destruct. That's how Sandman casted it. I'm sure you can remember it now.
Well, that was obviously good then.
Yeah.
Obviously good. I wouldn't say that if it wasn't good.
No.
Yeah, big plays.
Big play indeed, and I'm sure he's going to have a few more waiting for us at MEO.
Talking about big plays, Elfishguy, we have more big plays coming up today. Our fourth and final playoff match is coming up after the break. That's Darksiders up against Tainted Minds. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right after this.